crafters and artistes. I'm your host Mecca from The Messy Scribble, and I'm delighted to create a beautiful Valentine's Day craft with you. We'll be creating our own little heart pockets. I guess that's a good way to call it. You'll see as we go through the whole scenario, but I will have a picture up on my video to show as reference to follow along in case you feel lost or stuck or need something to go back on. So run down on supplies real quick. Just make sure you have everything. I'll also put a link down in the description on where you can find the supplies. You can also find these supplies in your local shop like a Walmart or a Dollar Tree, so nothing too crazy. There's some simple crafts that we're working on. So first things first, you should have some construction paper. You can use whatever color you want, honestly, but for this session, I have yellow, pink, purple, green, white, and black. So those are my options, but feel free to pick out whatever colors you choose. I also have some color pencils in case you would like to decorate around your little heart pocket. And some scissors. I know my scissors don't look like scissors looking at it from the front, but this is what they are. And let's see, I also have another form of scissors if you ever want to be on the portable side. I got these little scissors I carry off a keychain always. You just flip them together and you just carry them with you wherever you go. So those are my scissors options. I also have some Sharpies. I have a thick line Sharpie and a fine line Sharpie for when you want to write in some special messages for your heart pocket. And I also have a glue stick, very essential to your project for today. So make sure that you have that on you. Last but not least, we have candy for the finishing touches of our project, so make sure that you have some candy on you. You don't have to have a whole bag. This is for my class that I'll be teaching how to do this. And I also have some chocolates too, in case we're feeling not so much on the fruity pop side, but we like some chocolates here and there. So without further ado, let's get started. I will be working on these crafts with my lovely boyfriend, Kai. So we are going to get started working on our gifts. All right, as you can see, it is a lovely afternoon. The birds are having a wonderful conversation. I wish I knew what they were talking about, but also I forgot to mention supplies list. We have some ribbon to add nice finishing touches, decoration to your craft. So it's not, you don't really have to have it. It's just a little cherry on top that I like to have. So let's get started. We're going to start with our heart pocket from the gate. We're going to pick out what colors we want to use. So I'm going to pick yellow. And we're going to start with making circles for our heart pocket. So I'm going to fold my paper because I'm not going to need a lot of paper. This helps me save up on paper. You know, you might need this color for your next project. Put that there. Alright. So I'm just folding my paper into fours. Make sure you also have a pencil. I should have mentioned that too. Gosh, forgive me, guys. Ta-da! Yeah! Okay. So let's see here. So you're gonna start with drawing a circle on one half of your paper because you're gonna need two circles for this. So once you draw out your circle, you're going to cut around it so that way you have two circles. So you want to make sure that you keep your paper together as you cut around. So we're going to find a nice circular object. Starting out, I like to use my yarn spool. You can use whatever you prefer. I'm gonna use this one because it's a bit bigger. My little canteen over here. Use my pencil and start drawing my shape. For my lovely assistant, I will draw him a circle too. I'm going to take my scissors, snip, snip, and start cutting. Oopsies. My circle is hitting the crease, so I'm gonna just try that again. Now I got a circle. Now I'm gonna start cutting the first one. So remember to keep your paper together. Fold it just like this, because you want to have 2 circles. So this will be mine, my heart. And then the other one I'm cutting out for my assistant. And don't beat yourself up if it doesn't come out perfect. If it comes out wrinkly, dinkly, it happens. We're gonna do some more cutting here and there, so just sit tight. So just be patient. I also like to hold my circle too once I start getting that shape. Keep cutting around. Hold my circles together in case one starts looking different than the other. Alright, so now you should have 2 circles. See how that works? Yay, let's go. So that is my heart. Now I'm going to do the next one. And I'm like doing my best with these tiny scissors, as you can see, but you can work with whatever type of scissors you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I'm just focusing, cutting around the best way I can. And what we're going to do after we get our circles, we're going to do some folding. So I'm going to get into that in a bit. After I cut my circles, I always hold on to my scrap paper. Now it's officially scrap paper. In the event, I might need it for other parts of my project or future projects. So just put it in a separate little folder or a binder, so that way you don't run out of construction paper. So now you should have 2 circles. Those are for you, and these are for me. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take 1 circle, you're going to fold that in half. Line up the edges the best you can. I like to hold it like this and start closing my crease from the middle, on one end to the other. All right. And then you're going to do the same with the other side. You're gonna put this folded circle inside this circle. You're gonna do the same. You're gonna line them up best you can. Starting from the end of my circle, I'm going to hold down my fold and seal that crease from one side to the other. So now we're gonna have a chip looking heart. but we're going to glue these together, these little flaps right here, so because we can make a new little pocket, but we need to seal our ends first. So you're going to get your glue, and to avoid losing any supplies, I always just put my supplies back in my cup. Take my glue stick here. This glue stick, I've seen some things. All right. And I'm gonna do is I'm going to glue about half on each side of my circle, only at the ends. Got one side here. I'm gonna put that in our heart. Press down. If you really want to be safe, I just, wherever that other paper is covering the other side, I just glue that down. Any flap sticking out, I just want to glue the edges so that way it's secure. And I do the same with the other side. Glue that down. Press down with my thumb. Extra glue crust off. I use my nail to get that off. And I'm just gluing the edges and pressing down so that way it's nice and secure. So while your heart is drying from the glue, I'll put my cup away because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to get my pencil and round out the edges of my heart right here and right here. It looks like my assistant lost me. He don't want to craft with me. I don't know where he went, y'all. You're more than welcome to make heart with me if you want. I made you circles. Are you not my lovely assistant?
I know.
So I just want to round it out until it looks like a heart. You only do this with one side, don't have to do it with the other side. Once you round that out, I'll take your scissors again and cut along your pencil line so you can start making that heart shape. So you're gonna fold one circle in half. Yes. You're gonna make a semicircle. Now you should have a more believable little heart pocket. So that way when you open it, you can start storing things inside. Look at that. Yay. Okay, so once you make your shape, you're gonna do the same with the other. So it's gonna go into each other like that. Yeah, so you're gonna do the same with that one. All right, so now you have your heart. Yeah, we're gonna do some cutting of hearts in a minute. We're going to make our little, I'll teach you how to make a heart. then I'm gonna teach you how to make flower hearts. And then we're gonna do fortune cookies. So once you have that together, you're going to glue with your glue stick. You're gonna glue the ends so it's that way it stays together, just like this. So it makes a little pocket. So you're gonna glue that together and the other side too. Let's have some days. It works. So when we're making our hearts, again, this is why I say always save your scrap paper, because you never know when you're gonna need it. In the event, I made some hearts previously the other day, practicing this project before sharing with you. So I'm going to get a good section of paper to make your heart. You can even imagine how big you want your heart to be. So if I want my heart around this big, or even this big, I want to start folding it in half. I want to cover as much area as possible, because I don't need a big one. Maybe around the same size as this one, so you can even use this as a reference. What do you mean you ran out of glue?
I think that's like the end of the glue stick.
No, it's not. There's still some.
That's not the plastic thingy.
You work with what you got. You press the paper.
Okay.
I'm glued. Both sides?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 1 sec. You're gonna use the, I could get you a pencil. I'm going to use your pencil to round out the corners to make the heart shape like that. So like, it's gonna be round instead of pointy.
I'm gonna cut there.
Yeah, so the pencil helps guide you where to cut. And you're gonna do the same with the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. So the heart, I like to use my little pocket as reference and start to make that shape. I'll hold down my paper with my fingers and my hand that I'm using to make that heart edge. You can go back over it, round it too if you want. This is if you want a nice big heart. So make sure you keep your paper folded. Looks like my paper on the other side is looking a little meh. I like to use the sun too to help me know, like, okay, where to start and where to end. Okay, so once you, what scissors did you want to use? You want to use these or these? You're like, they look familiar. So after I make my heart shape with my pencil, I just cut it out. And turn my paper along with me as I go. And you should have a little heart. We're gonna do the little hearts. Let's see what these candies are gonna look like. I just picked some nice candies that I thought the kids would enjoy. So we're going to make little heart cards to go with our candy. So after you get your heart, you're going to cut some slits right in the middle, tiny ones, right here and right here. So I just use, a little part of my scissors and just do a little quick snip right there, then a little quick snip in the middle, right above, just like that. So when you open it, the paper should look like this. All right. So we're making these little heart cards. So what color did you want to use? We got pink, we got red, we got green, we got black, we got white. Red. Okay, we can do red. So you want you some red. You're gonna fold it in half. Just a test to see what that's gonna look like. Yeah. Look the other way too. Just like that. Yeah. Alright, so once you have your paper folded in half. He's a better example. He has a fresher paper. I chose a difficult route, but you can follow him.
Am I even seeing him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, crap. You're going to make half of a heart on the fold here. So, you're going to draw half of the heart. You're going to start from right here. Yep. And then once you make your shape, you can use your scissors to cut around that. And honestly, I don't think like, you know what? Because I was thinking, now that I'm looking at it, now that I put the candy in here, if it would like get destroyed. But you can put it like this. Little love letters.
How am I looking?
It's looking a little circular, my friend. Let me see here.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. You can also use your heart. Where's your heart? You could trace over your heart too.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, you could start with line it up and draw half of your heart from there. You want to make sure you press down so the paper doesn't float. God bless this mess. Put that there. There you go, much better. And then you can round it out too if you want before you cut, but it looks pretty good. Yep. I normally start from the corner because it's already lined up. It makes it easy for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
working in reverse.
That's okay. And then you could draw like, for this you can make little thoughtful messages here and there, but we'll do that after. We'll have the finishing touches after we cut out our shapes. So now you know how to make art. If you want to make more, cool. But we are going to go into making our heart flowers and regular flowers. So I'm gonna need to borrow some red at some point. I'm gonna do that right now. So same thing. You want to line up your paper, fold it in half. And I normally start making my hearts from the bottom of my paper on that corner. I draw half of a heart, so honestly your heart can be smaller than these ones this time. So we're just gonna shrink it down a bit. I know I could barely see it, but we're going for a smaller look. And you can make a small one and you can make a slightly bigger one, because you're gonna need them. So make sure that you have two colors. This is gonna be one of my colors for my heart flowers. And I'm gonna use some pink for my other side. So I'm starting from the bottom and I cut around. Now you got some baby hearts. Yay, yay, yay. All right, how we looking? This is a mighty big heart you have indeed. Good man. Now where's your pocket? Your pocket. Okay, let's try another way. Yeah, so same thing. If it doesn't fit the small way, the other way, you could fit it like this way. So now you got some heart and a heart. Now we're gonna amplify that love. We're gonna make it bigger. Bigger. Now the fun part about it is they don't know what flavor candy they got. So if you're a thoughtful person, you know what type of flavor you like, they like, it's gonna be a surprise. They're gonna be like, wow, even more if they don't see it. Yeah, so far so good. So far so good. So we're gonna make some heart flowers now. So we're gonna make a little heart. You're gonna pick two colors. It could be red again, and you're gonna pick another one. It could be pink or white. I prefer those. So you got some options. I already made my little heart. So I made a small heart, and I made a big heart. Big heart. I'm going to snip away with my scissors. So choose your fighter. Choose your lovers. They will be your fighters. And then you got a little big heart. Yay. We're also using green for the stems, so be mindful of that. You don't have to use it. It is an option. You can do some black stems. You can do some white stems. It's up to you. Just know that the flowers got to stem from something. The flowers started somewhere. So we have our first color down. You could even mix it up a bit. You could do some white. You could use some pink. Even some purple. We got some purple too. So same thing. You can mix it up a bit. I'm going to make a little heart here. Remember to fold your paper in half to make your hearts. And draw it out, draw out half of your heart, and you're going to cut along that line. Move your paper around with you to make your small heart and your big heart. So I say make two big, two smalls. So that way they got a little partner within them. So we got tiny heart, big heart for our little heart-shaped flowers. All right. Make a slightly bigger one. With you so you don't struggle. Now I got a big heart that's going to fit with my little heart. Just like that. If you want to shrink it a bit, you definitely can. Let's see. Just going to cut the same shape and just trim around it. That little heart haircut. So I'm gonna shrink it a bit. Woo. Now it fits in there perfect. So once you got your little hearts in your hearts, you can use your glue stick and start bringing those parents together. Look at that. That's heart number one. Then we got heart number two. Okay. I'm gonna place it right in the middle there. Like to press it down. Pow, 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 pow. got your little heart flowers right in there. How are we looking over there, Chief? Hey, so far so good. What's that next color gonna be?
Yellow.
Yellow. So lucky for you, your paper's already folded. All you gotta do is draw your shape around this crease. Look what happens when you don't throw your construction paper away. It makes life so much easier. Now, unless your paper is around this size, then there ain't no saving that. You gotta throw that away. Ooh yeah. And if I'm going too fast, you can always slow down the video. You can always go back. And I'll tell my assistant that I'm also helping. So don't feel rushed. Take your time. Enjoy the process. Have fun. Have a great time. And don't forget to close the cap on your glue stick so you still got some glue going. So to make my stems, of course, you can use any type of paper. I like to use stems because I know stems from Gate are green, but you could be exotic with it. Purple, black, yellow, or what's your oyster? So, to make my stem, I like to line up, I'd say about a quarter of my heart. Just line it up with my heart and then leave the rest hanging out around like a fingertip's worth, right there. And I like to use my pencil to make my mark. And I'm gonna make that mark a little longer. We're gonna make a little rectangle to cut our stems. So I'm making my rectangle long enough to make me 2 stems. Or you can also, again, fold your paper in half. Make your stem as thick as you want it, and your line down as best as you can. You can also use a ruler. And I take my scissors with my paper, still folded in half. Where we at with it? Where we at? We glued it? Nice. Where the other flower at? Just one flower? Okay, we can do one flower. We don't have to do the most. So, I'm gonna borrow some of this paper here. Here, you can use this paper for your stems. So, we're gonna fold it in half. And then with my stem, I'm just cutting along the pencil marks that I made. And now I got some frilly stems, yay! Yay! Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna do it again. How did I do it? Ah! Oh yeah. Make sure my paper's lined up. Cause I'm gonna draw I'm gonna make another flower. We did the heart flowers, but I'm gonna make the natural flowers. Bear with me. You can even start from the bottom. Make sure paper's in half, fold it in half. So you got you make 2 stems. Make a little line for how thick you want your stems to be along that corner. Makes life a lot easier. Make sure that your stem kind of comes out of your heart right here. And we're going to make your stem end around right here. We're not going to use all of it. So I use my heart as a reference. I put my heart on my paper to help me figure out how long I want my stem to be. Then I want to draw how thick I want my stem to be. That fold. So this is going to be my finishing line right here. Of course, you can make your stems how long as you want it. I just know that my previous stems get crushed because I make them too long. And then I'm labeled as a flower killer. It's not fun. I'm a good person. So now I got 4 stems. Yes. And then you can start gluing those together. So I like to take a portion of my stem, run my glue stick on top of that. And put it, the glued part, on the back of my little heart. Press it down, keep it firm. Now we got something going on. Look at our frilly. Whee! Yeah! And if you want to go a bit extra, if you want to make some leaves, you can. Make sure you keep your paper folded. You're going to find a crease right around here. You're going to make half of a circle. And you're going to cut it out. Make sure to bring your paper around. And you got a little leaf. Little leaf. Hey. Find a place to put the leaf on your stem. Glue the end. And you're going to be careful placing it right on top. Position it however you want. Now you got a heart flower. Now we're going to give our little heart card a break. We just want to see how it looks inside the card. We're going to glue the rest of our flower inside of our pocket. So it comes out like this. We want it just like this. So, okay. I glue my stem. Run my stem on top of my glue stick. Lightly put it in my pocket. I want to find a place. Put it. I think right there is a good spot. So I'm going to open my pocket. Press down inside of the heart. So now our flower is firm in place. Yay! So I'm just going to do the other one, same thing. I take my glue stem, I glue right on top. Paste my heart with my stem. So now they're together. And again, to make some leaves, I'm gonna save these for my other flowers. Make a couple of leaves, so some half circles. And take your heart with you now. All right. So now, since part of my glue is already on my stem, I just put those together. Glue my leaf here, only the end. Find a place to stick that here. So now you got some stems. You got your leaves. I'll put my little flower right here, right in the middle. So you want to know where to place your flower before you glue the end. And put that inside of your heart. Your heart should start coming together now, so you should be proud of yourself getting this far. Alright, if you want to preview how it looks with the candy in it, you can. And look at that. Alright, so let's make your flowers. It's kind of been the same thing, except this time they're not really going to be hearts. So keep your stems somewhere close. Make sure you don't lose those. Always put the cap back on your glue. Alright, so I have my new paper for my flower. Almost dropped my frilly. And now I dropped my pencils. Alright, we're gonna cut that part out. I'll get those later. I'm going to make some flower shapes. So if you want to use your heart as reference, you can. We're gonna make, you can start with a circle with some rounded edges. So you can use your heart as a reference to start making a little circle. You can make however many flowers that you want. I'm gonna just make one to keep it simple. So I make my circle. Make my circle inside my circle so the bees can get their honey. And you can start making some petals going around. And this is just to help you get the basic shape of your flower. So these petals don't have to be here to stay. This just helps me out to get a reference for what I want. So once you have your shape, you're going to start to cut. Holding a whole bunch while you're cutting. Just enough to get that shape. If it doesn't come out exactly like how you drew it out, that's okay as long as you have your shape. So I'd say that's pretty close. And if you want to refine the edges a bit, you can use your scissors to go back over it. But you're going to flip over your flower and have a shape similar to this. If you were to follow my lead, if not, you know, go at it. I encourage you. I'm going to make the middle part of my flower. I just like to compare how big I want it to be. So I use my flower and I use half of the circle to line it up with the rest of my paper here. And I'm going to complete that shape on the other side of my paper. I'm going to use my scissors to cut that out. Again, I use my circle. It's pretty small, you probably can't see it, but that is indeed a little circle. You can practice placing it right on top to see how it looks. Look at that, I got a little flower going on. Alright, so I'm going to use my glue stick, glue that, and run my paper right on top. Going. So now rinse and repeat, just how you made your heart flowers. You use your stem, round it on top of your glue stick. You're going to paste the glued part together with your flower. And look at that. So I'm all over the place. And make my little leaves right here. They could be different sizes too. They don't have to be uniform. They don't have to look the same. Cut out, pull a part of my leaf onto my flower here. It's not firmly on there, so I have to go. It's okay to go back over again if you need. And just glue that together here. You're going to glue the end of your stem and get it ready to place inside of your heart. I'm gonna put it right here because I'm seeing where my heart is going to stand out from my lollipop. So I'm gonna just put my stem right here. I got a little bouquet going on. Alright, so now you got your little bouquet inside of your heart. You can even test so far. Gotta put them on the cap. The progress of your heart. Candy. And look at that. Very thoughtful, very sweet. So now we're going to get into making the heart fortune cookies. So you're going to pick out 2 colors that you want. We're going to do 2 at a time. And I think I'm going to do red and purple. So I'm just going to fold my paper in half. Same with this side, it's already folded in half. I'm going to draw a circle. For each side. Here's my little cup again. other side. There's an orange color pencil. Oh, there's a red. I messed up earlier. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. No. Oh, it's the video knows now, so I don't care anymore. So circle over, under. Make sure you have that. So now we got 2 circles. We're making fortune cookies. You'll like abandon me for the other part, so you want to make some fortune cookies or make some flowers?
I'll do fortune cookies.
Okay, yeah, because this is a whole new thing we got going on. So what color fortune cookies you want?
Pink.
Get you some pink. You're going to fold that in half.
Half we go.
I'm going to use my giant thingamahoo to get a circle shape. Yeah, we'll work on what we got.
No, you said thingamahoo.
My thingamahoo, yeah. Yep, we're going to draw a circle around that. I say the closer to the edge of your paper, the better, but we're already here, so it's okay. And then after you draw your circle, we're going to use our scissors while the paper is folded and cut around. Cut along the shape of your pencil. Come on, cup, you're hogging out the spotlight. So same thing as how we made our first heart, but these are a bit different. So you're actually gonna get 2 fortune cookies out of this. I picked the other color in the event that more does fit in here, but I feel like we have enough for 2 fortune cookies. So you can use the same color, you can mix it up with different colors, it's up to you. And then we're gonna put that to the side, and actually kind of need it for our message. So we're gonna make some little strips for our message. So make sure that your strip is as long as this circle. So I just line up my circle with the edge of my paper. And then on the other side, I just make that line where I want it to end. And then cut along that edge right there. So make sure that your circle is lined up with your paper right here. Thankfully, I made enough for both of us, so my assistant doesn't have to make his own strips. I'm going to finish that shape so I know where to cut along the other side. And then start cutting out my strips. So when you write out your message on your strip, you only have so much room. So I would recommend you use your pencil before going over with your Sharpie. That's why we have the Sharpies for our session. We're gonna make them smaller. So I'm going to fold that in half. Fold it in half again. I'll make them small enough so that they fit into the cookie. And while it's folded like this, you're going to unfold and then cut along that crease, and you should start getting mini strips of paper. In case you want to share with your friends, you know, if you want to make more cookies, that too. Are pretty fun to make. Alright, so I have my strips here, so you put your message right there. I'll give you another message if you want to make another one. Same thing if you you have a fold in your paper, you just want to cut along that. If you see that it's hard to cut, I like to use the end. I like to start with the end of my scissors and start from there. So now we got some strips of paper to make some love letters. So again, I recommend that you use pencil to write out your message first. And now we're making secret love letters. So let me see. It's a secret we gonna share at the end of class. Let's see. Roses are red, violets are blue. Nah, too predictable. What you writing over there?
Lucky numbers.
Oh.
19, 18,
Sure.
38.
Clearly I needed to use pencil because I'm barely fitting the message on here.
I too should have used pencil.
I told you. One more. I'll wait on that one. Go over what you got though. I just go over with a Sharpie to make my message bold and clear. Then I like to take my paper, fold it in half. Just make sure that your flaps are touching. Flip your message inside. This can be a bit tricky, so if it takes you some tries, I understand. So it helps me out is I put my finger in here, so it kind of looks like it's holding it together. Make sure that your message is kind of sticking out on one end or another, or both if you're lucky. Yep, we're gonna make little taquitos for a minute. And then once you have it nice and folded, you're going to use your thumb to make that dent in the middle. And you're going to fold it in half. And use both of your fingers to fill in both holes. And seal that crease. So you're gonna kind of look like you have a heart going on. So once you get that shape, you're going to use your glue to seal the inside together. So I like to seal from the ends. And seal them together. So I hold them in place for a minute too, until I know that they're firmly in place where we're starting to dry together. You don't want to glue the whole thing, just the edges, because you want them to open the message. All right, so you should have a little cookie in there. And it kind of looks like a rose. I say it kind of looks like two roses having a night on town. Your little fortune cookie inside of your little heart pocket. And look what we got going on. We got something coming together here. Had to catch a fly, didn't catch him. All right, and now we have our completed heart pocket. Now, finishing touches. If you want to start adding, we're going to make some little decoration right here on our heart pocket itself and in our little gift candy right here. So we have an idea what we want our little pocket to look like. We are going to start decorating the inside. So I take out my candy, my fortune cookie to the side, and we're going to start decorating. So I'm going to pick a red because I want to go for a sweetheart look. My heart is already yellow. So I'm going to add some hearts inside. Looking a little orange. Need a different color. You can use your Sharpies too if you want. This is full creative control over your heart pocket. Put some hearts around mine. Cartoons, and I have my own little story called Once I'm Living, so I think I'm gonna make something geared towards that. It suits the occasion very well, I think. And if you need to sketch out your ideas, feel free to always use your pencil. It's okay. Project will be taught for my grade schoolers, but they really help inspire creativity, and they are just a pleasure to have around, to be around. And as the experience has definitely helped me tap back into my creative abilities, more than just pen and paper, but to expand more off of that. Paper crafts and painting, things like that. Of course there's more, but you know, we also look for what we got. That's part of being creative too. At least that's what I feel. Here and there. How's your customizing over there? Ooh, spicy. I love the variety.
You know, everybody gets something.
Little shum shum.
That's something.
Don't forget to add your message on your little candy.
Oh yeah.
Instead of going to the dollar store to get cards, we're making them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll add a sweet little message here. If you haven't put to and from yet, now's a good time too. Leave some space in between those. I have to kind of use my pencil to sketch this one out. If you write a cute little thoughtful message in there too. Yeah. I'm gonna put to my boo thing. From yo boo. And I'll erase the extra marks. Oh no, be careful with your hearts, guys. Don't erase crazy now. Hope you're watching and learning before you start doing. Make sure you erase gently. Hold down your paper so you don't erase your hard work. Alright. Make sure you gather your components. I also have this little ribbon. So I'm gonna add that too. Let me see. I'm cut around just about here, so nothing too crazy. Do what I can to make a nice little bow. I'm gonna just tie a bow like how I tie my shoes. I thought I was onto something. Bunny ears. Pull those together. My knot is loose, so I just like to loosen. Use my pencil. You wrote me a cute little message over there. Ooh. You want a bow? You want some chocolate? You want a bow? You want some chocolate?
not sure about the boat, but I'll do the chocolate.
Here, you can open the chocolate for me. You my little blue thing. There we go. I need some tiny hands for this one. Yeah, brought it together. There we go. Oh, great. My little knot left me. If you're still watching the video, thank you.
At least you're not lying.
I thought about it the other day. There we go. Yeah, little bow. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I'll put that right there. Let me see if I know how to do this right. Yeah. So I'm just using the ribbon, pressing my scissor down, and just, yeah, you could curl it that way. Use my glue. And add that on top of my heart. Press it down. Firmly press it. And then start adding your components. Let's see. So I got a piece of chocolate. I got a fortune cookie. So I'm gonna just add one at a time. Cookie. And my little crispy heart without the stems. We don't like to eat with the stems. And now you got your heart pocket. Yay! Look at that. Look at that bad boy. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, another thing. Don't forget to sign your work, or else people will steal it and think it's yours and then steal your boo thing along with them too. Forgive me. Bear with me. If you fast forward this video, I might fast forward it too. I mean, it says on the card like who is it from, but if you want to get technical with it, I like to put a little signature on here, Picasso. On the back. Add your components. Whoa. Be careful. And now you got your heart, yay. Look at that. Now you got your heart pocket. Yay, thank you for watching my video. Check and see what our stuff look like. Any problems, any difficulties. Sorry, my little fortune cookie opened from unwrapping earlier. But let me know how this experience treated you and what other crafts I should do next. So